Hello and welcome to another episode of the Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. It's been quite an afternoon and evening for me, but I did want to take this time to talk about what's all a buzz out there, and that is the Indiana Fever had scheduled a game at Carver-Hawkeye Arena. A preseason game, let me put it that way, a preseason game in that arena where Caitlin Clark spent her collegiate days playing basketball. So you got the Indiana Fever going to Iowa to play against the Brazilian National Team. Tickets went on sale and sold out in about 42 minutes, I'm reading. How is that even possible? Listen, what we are experiencing right now is absolute. It's unreal. It's seriously otherworldly. Let's look at what Iowa posted. Here it is from the Iowa women's basketball team on X. 15,000 strong. Hashtag Hawkeyes. Indiana Fever versus Brazilian National Team sold out. And of course, they put Caitlin Clark on the graphic because she's an Iowa Hawkeye for life. That May 4th preseason game, 15,000 strong, sold out. Athlon reports in an article entitled "Ticket Prices for Caitlin Clark, Indiana Fever Preseason Contest Turn Heads." You think? Let's scroll down a little bit. The Fever will officially return to the court for their preseason action in May, as they will take on the Brazil women's national team at Carver-Hawkeye Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeyes, on May 4th. The demand to see Clark play is still as high as ever, as the Hawkeyes announced on X that all 15,000 tickets for the game had been sold. Now check this out as I scroll down. The tickets for this contest all sold out within 45 minutes. I read somewhere it's like 42 minutes. I saw something else that said like 30 something minutes. Whatever. It is under 45 minutes. Okay? Unreal. The tickets for this contest all sold out within 45 minutes of them being listed. However, you can still purchase them for resale from folks who were lucky enough to get their hands on them. If you didn't land a ticket in the initial sale, though, it's going to cost you a pretty penny, as tickets are now going for at least $545. And you know what? Let me highlight this. At least appears to be the operative phrase, because let's take a look. I decided to check out StubHub, which I never check out, and I don't even know how all that works, but let's go over there and I'm going to show you that this is indeed at least, because it's a whole lot more. So at StubHub, and like I said, I don't know how all this works. I don't usually buy a bunch of tickets and stuff like that for anything, but I can see here you've got the lavender says standing room only. They got standing room only availability, and then courtside. And these prices are just off the hall too. It's off the everything. So if you go down, let's just go down here. I'm just going to scroll through at some of these sections and some of these prices, and some of them are sold out. Like you can see here, crossed out, sold out. 515, 542. You got your 550s, your 560s, fives gets higher. 608, 631, sold out stuff. 633, 640. Let's just keep 777. These are 748, 756. You go on, and you're 7. Now you hit your 800s, 800 and something. Guys, we're talking about a preseason basketball game. Women's basketball game. Let's keep going. 900 and something. 944, 999, 1030. Section B, row 8, seat 5. If anybody wants to grab it, there it is. 1030 again, 1063. The cheaper ones like 555, grace upon grace upon grace. If you know, you know. That was sold 8 hours ago, 1063. Now you got 1122, 1166, 1182, 1214, goes on and on, 13, 14. I mean, let's just keep scrolling. How far do we go? 2014, 2370, $4,746. Are you kidding me? $4,746 to see the Indiana Fever, the women's basketball team, take on the Brazilian National Team in a preseason game. There it is. And there's the view is approximate. Section MM, row 20. $4,746 a piece. This is just, it's ridiculous. And when I say ridiculous, I don't mean ridiculous like, oh my goodness, it's ridiculous to cost that much. Although that's just wild, but that's what I mean. This is wild. It makes absolutely no sense. It defies reality that here we are in 2025. We're talking about the WNBA. We're talking about the Caitlin Clark effect. We're talking about people who are willing to spend at least 500 and change, but it goes up 6, 7, 8, whatever, all the way up to the 4,000s. What is going on? I'm telling you, this is otherworldly. This is miraculous, really. A Caitlin Clark came along and people want to watch her so much, what she brings to the game, that they're willing to before an hour comes by, before 45 minutes are up, they're jumping on those tickets so that they can be in Carver-Hawkeye Arena to watch Caitlin Clark and her teammates. And I say it that way, not to minimize the teammates, but obviously this is her alma mater. She draws the attention. She's beloved in Iowa, of course. She's beloved with the Fever fans, and so are the rest of the team. But come on, this is Caitlin Clark's team. This is Caitlin Clark's homecoming, and this is Caitlin Clark's effect. And it is, have we seen anything like this? Certainly not in women's basketball. Not sure. I don't know. Has this been seen anywhere before? There's something so huge to this. It's just ridiculous. It's off the charts. Look, you see this basketball up here, the Caitlin Clark basketballs, those things sell out real fast too, right? And when you order them, you got to wait forever before they came in. Both of those were gifts. You had to wait forever for them to come in. But we're talking about 4,000 and change that people are willing to spend to go. Okay, basketball sell out. That's one thing. They sell out really fast too. That's one thing. But when you're talking about a preseason women's basketball game, this is what we're trying to explain to people. Everybody has every reason under the sun that they want to come up with, and they want to minimize Caitlin Clark and not want to believe. And I talk about that. I'm talking mostly about, I guess I'm saying this right. I think this is true. Mostly the random people out there who get on social media and just talk smack. But it's the WNBA too. I was going to give them a pass, but really not. I think that's changing because Caitlin just absolutely showed up and showed out in her rookie season. But there's still the mindset out there that, there are other reasons that people want to see Caitlin Clark. Ain't no other reason that equals $4,000. It's because they've never seen anything like Caitlin Clark. The skills and the it factor. This, I say again, is otherworldly. There's something bigger going on here. And no, I don't mean the other hateful kind of things that people are saying and all this other stuff. I'm just saying this is a move. This is a move, a movement, whatever you want to call it. It's just, I can't wrap my brain around this other than it's the time, man. It is time. That's why I said even before we saw her totally ball out her first season, I said these players need to get behind it and not let anything else get in the way, because everybody is now highlighted and showcased. And of course, sometimes what we see is not good, but some of what I've seen because of the Caitlin Clark effect, I've really enjoyed. And that's like what Kelsey Mitchell had been saying. Because of Caitlin Clark, because of C squared, because of Kid, as she calls her, she brings the crowds, and people are now being able to see people they've never seen before, the current players, and even learning about the players before. But for people to want to spend hundreds and hundreds and even thousands of dollars to see a woman play basketball, a woman and her team play basketball against the Brazilian national team, not in the playoffs, not in the championship, but in the preseason. What you gonna say about that? How do you make sense of it? Otherworldly. Y'all, hey, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet, because it's going to be an interesting 2025 WNBA season, and you need to be dialed into the Adrienne Ross Show. Make sure your notifications are turned on. Hit that like button. I'll catch you next time, God willing. God bless you abundantly.